and I've said it here before, IPOB and is whatever they are doing now and the tag that they are giving them is the fault of the federal government. How can you, I repeat, how can you leave people who have been able to shoot down a military aircraft and you don't call them terrorists? And you now say, oh, these ones who are running around here are terrorists and you will never talk to them. Yet, you are talking to those who shot down an aircraft. Whatever is false is this thing. There will always be a reckoning in history. And if you want to be seen as the man who led Nigeria into its disintegration, then that is his decision to take.
So, my people, most of the times, a lot of people have been saying that the reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS custody, that most of our politicians, elders and governors from the Southeast are behind it. Like they don't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to regain his freedom, which I quite agree with them. But there is still few politicians, elders from the Southeast that are genuinely want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to regain his freedom. And one of those is Senator Abaribe. You guys know that before now, Senator Abaribe has been, defending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as well as IPOB. But in recent time, I noticed that he slowed down, which I don't really know the reason why. But in this particular video, he really stated the obvious. You guys know that a few days ago, we heard that 800 ex-Boko Haram, they are undergoing rehabilitation. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still in DSS custody. And this is the country we call our own. This is the country we say we have one Nigeria. But before I allow you guys to listen to what Senator Abaribe said in this particular video, let's look at this particular video, like what Nigerians are saying concerning the continued detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Just take a look.
Kanu's fight for Biafran independence has made him a lightning rod for controversy, leading to multiple arrests and terrorism charges. Now, for a bit of background, Kanu was first arrested back in 2015 under President Buhari's administration. In a landmark decision on the 13th of October 2022, the Abuja Court of Appeal ruled that his rendition to Nigeria had violated his rights under the extradition treaty, striking out the terrorism charges and ordering his release. Yet, the government refused to let him go. Let's take a look at what Nigerians are saying about this latest development in the Nnamdi Kanu case. Obia Sogo David has tweeted about this, and in the tweet he says, Nnamdi Kanu actually didn't say more than the obvious. The corruption in Nigeria's judiciary is that they interpret the law upside down to favor criminal interests. It is not that they don't know the law, they know, but interpret the law to mean the opposite of what it is. And the next tweet in reaction to this is by Uchenna Marvin, who says, Nnamdi Kanu is not asking for favors from the Nigerian government. He's simply asking you to obey your own law. The unfair treatment of Ndigbo in Nigeria will end Nigeria. It might take time, but it will happen. Hashtag free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. You can't be demanding for a better Nigeria and yet be in support of this judicial rascality and madness. It's either you're an hypocrite or you're a thief that Nigeria hasn't favored. We stood firm for Uncle Dele. We should stand strong too for Nnamdi Kanu. Same judicial madness Dele faced is the same thing Nnamdi Kanu is facing. In a better and just society, injustice to one is injustice to all. So, the Nigerian government frees Fulani terrorists, calls them repentant, and even gives them positions. Yet, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who isn't a terrorist, is still locked up, and they can't follow the law to free him. Does this mean terrorists run the government?
Mentioned how IPOB has regularly murdered security services and innocent civilians. So how will that Ebube Agu and ESN conflict in the Southeast be resolved? And how does that designation of IPOB and therefore its leader in these terms, how does that affect your attempt to find a political solution for his release?
Well, I wouldn't be in the best position to talk about Ebube Agu because that is exactly the job of the chief security officers of the Southeast. Their job is to have that regional outfit. They signed up to it. They told us about it. They came together and informed the whole world that they have it. So I guess that they are in the best position to do so. As for the fact that the IPOB is proscribed and therefore you can't talk to them, and I do not think that that is correct. The fact is simple. They are showing that there is sympathy for them. And if you are in charge of a nation of diverse interests in the manner that we have, there must be a way for you to resolve issues without being unduly legalistic. And I've said it here before. IPOB and is whatever they are doing now and the tag that they are giving them is the fault of the federal government. How can you, I repeat, how can you leave people who have been able to shoot down a military aircraft and you don't call them terrorists? And you now say, oh, these ones who are running around here are terrorists and you will never talk to them. Yet, you are talking to those who shot down an aircraft. And so that is where the problem is. If the government is interested in having peace in our land, which is the first order of business of a government, which is the welfare and security of our people, then the Constitution, you have to explore all options. You don't write off one option and say, we won't do it. You write it off. The matter continues the way it is. Who loses? At the end of the day, the presidency will go into history. Whatever is false is this thing. There will always be a reckoning in history. And if you want to be seen as the man who led Nigeria into its disintegration, then that is his decision to take. And so, we have said, we are ready. We are part of the Southeast. We know some of the people who we can all bring together, governors, Ohaneze, clergymen, everybody, and say, let's talk. And we have always said that. When I came here last time, I also said the same thing. I said, let's talk. Why wouldn't we talk? And so, for us from the Southeast, something is very, very difficult for us to comprehend. You're very willing to go and talk to foreign Fulanis who are invading Nigeria and causing mayhem here. You're very willing to talk to the people you call bandits. Of course, I've always told you here that I don't believe that they are bandits. They're terrorists. It's just that we're giving them a beautiful name. You're willing to pay ransom. You're willing to do all manners of negotiation with them. And we saw it. Why is it that when it comes to the Southeast, you're very unwilling? You want to bomb them. You want to do that. And I say one final thing. When you live in a country and your military is conducting sorties, air sorties, within your territory, I don't know what else you can call it. And so I don't like us coming and just pretending that there is no problem. We are in serious problem and we need to deal with that.
So my people, as you can see, a lot of people from the Southeast have been talking even from the moment they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the Kenya. Mind you, this video is almost like 3 years when Sen Abaribe, had this interview. And up to this moment, federal government is still holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody. This to show you that whatever that is happening in the Southeast now, when it comes to insecurity, like these people like it. If not, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said it himself, that if they release him, if he regain his freedom, that within some minutes, anything about insecurity will at least reduce. But up to now, they're still keeping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS custody. So my people, as I bring this update to you guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section about what Nigerians are saying concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as well as what Sen Abaribe said in this particular interview. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't and share the video. Give this video a thumbs up as well. Thank you everyone for watching. I will see you guys in my next update. Goodbye for now.
Welcome to Shamra Senior